for VOA Learning English. This is the health report. The United Nations official says nearly 95% of African children living with AIDS do not have a way to get treatment for the disease. Michael is Executive Director of the Joint UN Program on HIV/AIDS. Researchers have shown that infection with HIV, the human immunodeficiency virus, leads to development of the disease as Mr. Seydi spoke recently during a visit to Cameroon. There, people living with AIDS reported shortage of antiretrovirals. They are drugs that help control the HIV infection. The UN officials say that more than 90% of the 3 million children infected with AIDS live in African countries south of the Sahara. The disease has had major social and economic effects on area. 25 million people with AIDS live in sub-Saharan Africa. That represents about 70% of all cases, but people living with AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa often don't have access to medical treatment. Mr. Sidibo said that has to change. He said that only 6% of children living with AIDS in Africa have access to treatment. UNAIDS reported that only 24% of children worldwide needing antiretroviral treatment received within 2013. That year, 190,000 children died of the disease. Mr. Seydi said many people with AIDS die in silence. In many places in Africa, talking about the disease remains something that shouldn't be discussed. Jean has been living with AIDS for 50 years. He said it's very difficult to get complete treatment for the disease because of a lack of medical supplies.